Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Teri Angel here for a meditation a day. We're here sitting together for a change. We're in Nashville, Tennessee. So we're just going to see what Spirit has for us today. We're glad you're here. For Meditation Excavation, Teri and I just meditate together, and we invite you to meditate right along with us. And then we just share what Spirit is sharing with us. So we're glad you're here. So Teri, do you want to start us off this morning?
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Okay, let's go into our hearts. Sometimes it helps to touch your heart center. If you're comfortable doing that, it brings your focus right to that heart space. And just breathe. Breathe in gently. Take a long breath into your lungs. And then release that. And on your next breath in, we're going to call in the angels, asking for the presence of Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, Archangel Michael, to make this a safe space for us all to do our work where only love and light can come through, only that which is of God. Archangel Gabriel, we invoke Gabriel's energy for enlightenment, for clarity, for messages that we need to hear. And Archangel Uriel, we ask Uriel to ground us, to help us take our energy down the length of our body and out the bottom of our feet, pushing down into the earth plane like roots spreading out. And then breathe that back up and center it, anchor it right there in your heart center. Now breathe in again, and we're going to reach to the divine. So feel your energy going up, 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 higher and higher. And we're going to ask to be touched today by the divine, by God the Creator, Divine Mother, Christ, any ascended masters, loved ones in spirit, guides, other angels. We ask for your presence as we do this work together. And then breathe that back down into your heart center, anchoring that with the earth energy. And just breathe in and out normally now, and relax your mind, relax your body for these few minutes that we're going to be together. Let's see where Spirit takes us today. We never know where we're going, so it'll be an adventure for sure. I feel like I just landed in a pillow full of feathers. Soft and inviting.
Teri, I was taken back to the flea market that we were in yesterday. Hold on, we're having a leak. Hold on just a second, friends.
Okay. Interesting things can happen.
We're defrosting.
We're improvising this morning, so we never know what might happen.
So we were at a flea market yesterday, and a gentleman walked through and stopped to chat with one of the vendors. And he looked pretty normal. The guy with the dogs, remember?
Yeah.
And as he walked by, I thought, that man has soiled himself. I mean, the smell came through before he did.
Right.
And I thought, how unfortunate that is. And I was thinking maybe he was there shopping for clothes or something. But Michael just showed me that gentleman and showed me that Michael was walking right next to him. And he said, Michael just said to me, don't look down on the homeless. or those without, don't despise them, see the angel next to them.
Mm.
And I thought, what a beautiful message. I mean, the gentleman
Yeah.
seemed kind. He
Mhm.
just seemed like a nice guy. It was just
Yeah.
unfortunate situation. But how often, someone's asking for money or, looking like they're really having difficulties on the street, and we just look the other way. And
Mhm.
Michael said, don't look down on them. I mean, seriously, it could be any one of us at any moment, depending on what life circumstances come our way, but to treat them with compassion.
Right. Oh, I love that,
Yeah.
Ruth. Yeah, years ago I heard a phrase, but for the grace of God, there go I. So we just never know people's circumstances, what led them to that place in life. Hmm.
I'd be grateful for each meal, be grateful for the gifts that have been given to you.
Even when it may not be exactly what you expected. That's such a huge message for us because we all have expectations, and like we might expect somebody to be clean and present themselves in a nice way, and then they show up in a different way. So losing the judgment, losing those expectations. It's been a huge message lately. I think it comes down to accepting the flow of the way things are going.
Elaborate on that.
So many times we have an idea of what something's going to look like, and when it doesn't, we have choices. We can resist it, we can totally step away from it or turn away from it, or we can say, okay, this is what I'm presented with right now. How do I respond or react to what's showing up in my life? And if we go with it, we might receive a really good blessing from it. It may be exactly what we need at any given moment. But if we've shut it down or turned away, then we miss out on that blessing. We have music.
It reminding me. I remember one time I was, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years old, and the sun was coming in through the living room window, and I was sitting in this rocking chair that was my father's chair, and he wasn't home, which is why I could sit in it. And I was sitting in it, just wrapped up like a cat in the sun. And I remember thinking, at this moment, I have everything. Got food, got a roof over my head, I've got people that care about me. And there may be times in my life that I don't have that. But right now, I have that. And just being so grateful for what I had and the acknowledgement that there's no guarantees for anyone.
Yeah, from one minute to the next.
Every time we say something, Teri, the angels are high-fiving each other. So I can tell they're gonna go somewhere else, but they just wanted to make sure we were getting this beginning part.
Mhm. Yeah.
So now I'm seeing a clock and the hands on the clock moving around quickly, which means time is passing. And I just saw us on our deathbed, so passing that way, time passing that way. And I saw like this banner that says no regrets.
I can't remember who wrote it or said it, but the quote goes something like, live your life so that when you come to that end point, there are no regrets. You're not looking back and saying, if only I had done that, or I wish I had done that. So live your life every moment so that when you do come to that point, it's like, yes, it was a life well lived. And remember that those things that seem so monumental for you to have, the material things, it's not what it's about at all. So when you reach that time, those don't mean anything anymore. It's the love in your heart.
And who do you have to become in order to die with no regrets? Are there relationships that need to be repaired? I know when my father was dying of cancer, and he was told he had basically 9 months to a year, excuse me, and he chose to use that time to repair relationships. That was the most important thing for him. And maybe he had made an oath to himself also to die with no regrets, because he reached out and he made good on, I mean, he died at 89. He had all those years to repair relationships, and he didn't do it until he was on his way out.
Yeah,
But he did it.
he did it. That's the important thing. Sometimes we have a thought to do something and we think we have a lot of time to be able to accomplish that. It's like if you have that nudge, go ahead and jump.
Well, but think about our friends that have died early and they didn't get much warning, really. And to go and try to heal relationships when you're sick.
You're fighting for your life.
Right. It's such a better time to do that would be when you're actually well and able. Like she showed me this heart, like a Valentine heart.
It's all about the love. Kuan Yin says love is what heals. So any relationship that's broken, for lack of a better word, that's not the way that you would envision it to be. Just pour love into it.
Well, and they're showing me we step out of relationship because something is hurtful. We typically don't step out of relationship when things are going well. So there may need to be working through grief, working through anger, forgiveness. And they're showing me the violet flame, Saint Germain's violet flame, and that being such a beautiful avenue of dumping that anger dumping the grief, the hurt. I think we get to do a violet flame.
I think so. Yeah, I'm just remembering a relative right now, and she became so bitter at the end of her life because she couldn't forgive people who had done something and they had the falling out, and she could never go into the energy of forgiveness. So at the end of her life, she was very bitter and died alone. She was so just sad. It's like, how do we want to be at the end of our time? Do we want to be that person that's held on to something, and sometimes we don't even know what we're holding on to it for, or just opening up to the energy of forgiveness? Because we've been taught that forgiveness is not about that other person. It's about your peace inside of you. And inviting that violet flame to take that energy.
And to find that forgiveness, you don't always have to talk to that person. It's something you do privately in your own heart.
Mm-hmm.
Teri, you want to walk us through the violet flame?
Okay. So Saint Germain is the ascended master that brought this to us. The violet flame will take any energy that you want to give it and will transmute that energy into positive. So it doesn't matter how long it's been held inside of you. It could be a minute, it could be something that you've held on to for years. But if you just breathe in and envision, starting at the bottom of your feet, that there's a flame, and it's not going to burn you. It's a virtual healing energy. And the color of it is a beautiful violet color. And just call in Saint Germain to be with you at this moment. And ask for that flame to go the length of your body, removing anything from your aura, from your chakras, from your beautiful heart space that may have some doors closed due to experiences. And just set your intention to give it into the flame. And watch as that flame comes up the whole length of your body, all the way around you. And it's just burning off that excess energy that's not for your best and highest good. Whatever it is, no judgment. And give it without judging yourself. Don't feel shame or regret or any guilt, any of those emotions. Just call up whatever it is that you've been holding on to, that you're so reluctant to let go of. And just say, I give this to the violet flame. I give it to the energy that's going to take it and transmute it for me. And I let it go with love. There's no judgment of it. There's no resistance to it. There's no feeling of, I have to hold on to a little bit of that, because you're not changing anything that happened. Your experiences are your experiences. But how you responded to them, how you held on to something and begrudged it, or thought that other person had done something, or a situation had happened to you. All of our experiences happen for us. So this is an experience that can bring that to its best possible conclusion by letting it go. So as you watch that flame come higher up your energy field, it'll burn off anything, any negativity that's attached to your aura. And any place inside of you that energy's being held, that's not, maybe it's not even your energy. You took it on. And then as it gets to your heart center, just pause there for a moment and ask, is there anything in my heart that I want to release? Is there anything that I could benefit from letting it go finally? It's a freedom when you do that. So choose to let go. Choose to be that person that lives with no regrets. And maybe there's anger over a situation and justified anger. And that's okay. It's okay to feel anger, but don't live in it. Let it go. There may be a sadness. Loss can come in many forms. It's not just death. And we've been experiencing a lot of loss in our world lately. So let the sadness come forth. Give it to the flame. And Saint Germain is right there holding space while you do this. And then breathe in again. Feel the fullness of your heart when you release, because when you let go of what you don't need, your heart gets filled up with love and becomes so full. You can feel it just beating stronger and firmer. Now let that energy travel up to your throat, up to your third eye, and your crown. And see it now. See all that energy with that violet color just being drawn out of you and transmuted into positive, into love. Because only love is the thing that's going to last forever. The other things that seem so big, they don't last. We don't take that with us when we leave this earth plane. We take the love and the memories and this life that we've been given and the lessons. Let's give gratitude to Saint Germain. And boy, the room got a lot hotter when the flames started coming up. And yes, there's things in my heart that I chose to give over to the flame.
They showed me fear for me to let go of. And they said that fear keeps us small. They said it keeps you safe and keeps you small. And small is not always safe. But then I thought anger can keep you small, can keep you safe, and can keep you small. Fear, all of sadness, grief, all those things can keep you safe and they can keep you small.
Yeah, because we think if we're hiding, if we're small, we're like not being seen, and we're hiding from who we truly are. Why would they just show me Jack and the Beanstalk? It's like, climb up to the top of that. You can be seen.
Well, I think it goes along with getting to the end of your life and not having regrets.
Yeah. What's that other saying? Don't die with the music inside of you. We all have stories. We all have things that can be expressed, whatever way that comes out, in song and poetry and writing, creating art. And when we open up our energy, our creativity comes forth. Be seen. What a great message.
They just are rewinding the clock. The hands on the clock are going backwards.
we get to come back to now?
We do. But I think the big question is, who do you need to become so you don't have regrets at the end of your life? It's who do you need to become now?
Right.
Not next week when it's more comfortable. Now.
Mhm.
It's a beautiful message for me.
It really is. I mean, this message has been so profound lately to just accept and go into that place that you're at with full abandon. Don't hold back. I found this beautiful book. This place that we're at is so amazing. And there's a book called Belonging. And now I haven't read the whole book, but I opened it to exactly where the angels had me look. And it's all about belonging where you are and accepting where you are without any regrets. It's like, yeah, there's things that happen that maybe were terrible in your life, but you're not there now. So where do you belong? You belong in each moment, in each now moment. And I think that's a beautiful message. And if you're not feeling safe, then please reach out to somebody and let them know if you're in a situation where you're being abused or feeling neglected, feeling alone. There's community. And this is a beautiful place to find community at Enlightened World Network. So reach out if you're feeling that right now. It's where everybody belongs.
That's beautiful. Michael, is there anything else? No, I think that's it. Covered a lot of ground, actually.
I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where that was going, but I love the violet flame part. Yeah, and you can do that at any time. Just call Saint Germain in and ask for that flame to take anything you want to give it, anything. You may have some things you're not very proud of in your life, and that's okay. There's no judgment.
Well, it's the second time in the last 2 weeks that we've been shown the violet flame. So there's a need to clear things off and transmute that energy, whether it's hate, fear, grief, sadness, whatever, into love. And that's what the violet flame does. It transmutes all of those lower level energies back into love. Beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Michael. All right, friends, thank you for being here at Enlightened World Network. We're just on these journeys of life together and exploring spirituality and our spirituality and the messages that Spirit has for us. We're so glad you're here with us. Take good care. God bless. We'll see you all soon.